Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Machinika Museum, is still how I'm trying to pronounce it. We found a helmet. It has a weapon shot hole through it. We're apparently uncovering some kind of larger story. And we did the screwdriver puzzle a second time, so it is a possibility we're going to end up doing each puzzle twice. That would be certainly a way in which game developers might stretch for time. On the other hand, this may very well be the very last puzzle in the very last chapter. And that will be that. Although we're kind of working our way towards discovering items that would all lead to a vehicle that maybe we'll just end up blasting off in a spaceship to another world. This is an engine for a small-sized vehicle for the blank civilization. Clearly, people already know most of, or a lot of information about these devices. But weirdly, they're having me as a museum researcher discover, I guess, the finer details. The device can most likely cover great distances thanks to the combined blank generator, blank, and crystalline bar concentrators, two exceedingly rare technologies. Despite the crash landing where it was found, the machine appears to be in working order. Needless to say that our military partners already see the obvious applications and will enlist the help of the museum teams to get there. These type of initiatives are getting increasingly blank 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 blank, moreover blank 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 back on Earth as soon as possible. Note, do not handle bar concentrators with bare hands. So it kind of feels like it almost would make sense if they started from the concept that this was a highly militaristic world, or a world at war at least. You know, nobody really tells stories like that. I imagine it's because of the events of September 11th, 2001 that very rarely would you want to say that a war or Earth would have been attacked, like War of the Worlds from H.G. Wells. Like, that kind of story has been less likely to happen since 2001, whereas Independence Day as a movie is a kind of an example of where those kinds of stories would have been told. Increasingly, though, I feel like most of these puzzles are more of the find the object type than actually solve a challenging puzzle. Sometimes it might very well just be a case of find the right pixel to click on. Wouldn't it be funny if you open this thing by just sliding the letter into it? It is worth mentioning too that we've been using the hover technology, the anti-grav technology, with no real precautions, assuming that anti-grav on some device would damage or destroy it or cause some kind of reaction. Yeah, what in the world am I supposed to be interacting with? This whole thing feels like it's an engine. Okay, there we go. Finally found the things you're supposed to interact with. So this puzzle may just be done on the floor without the anti-gravity. Big screw. Okay. This does look more in line with a Earthling type device, or at least a level of technology that is comprehensible as far as an Earthling type device, whereas so many of the other devices we've seen so far have felt completely foreign. So we needed handles, so we can do that. Said not to handle something with our bare hands, but we don't know what that something is. We don't know what it looks like. So it'd be fairly easy to accidentally handle something with your bare hands. So I guess that was the entire container, and now it's been set up in the middle of the room. Though it's still too big to be on the desk. Can't click over there and see the desk. I could see a thought here where you would create in your backstory several societies with several different styles in resources that they would use to make devices, and such that there might be a Bronze Age, Metallic Age aliens that have lots of metal and rivets and things like that, and then there might be a Crystal Age. I'm making comparisons to Myst having ages here. Yeah. Well, Myst definitely tried some of that, and it did a pretty decent job, I would say. Having different societies, having different worlds. I keep thinking that something should just slide off. I guess not. So just rapidly clicking in succession, looking for anything and everything to interact with. I assume the pliers aren't supposed to interact with that. Although, I guess at a certain level, if we're gonna make a comparison to Myst and different civilizations and different types of technology for different worlds, it is worth mentioning that the company that made Myst, Cyan, made a game called Abduction that totally tried to have 5 different alien civilizations and 5 different alien technologies, and it really didn't work that well. It wasn't catching people's interest as a game. It sold alright, but it didn't certainly sell anywhere as well as Myst did, since Myst at one time was the best selling PC game to exist in the early CD-ROM days of the 90s. Okay. So you can even see screws here. We have crossed a level here, though I would say where there's too much to interact with. Too many different places to zoom in. Too many possibilities. And undoubtedly I'm just missing one. One zoom in location. The weird part is that you just would open these sides, then nothing seems to happen from opening the sides. We found the pliers here. It's not like there's a hint system. Lever stuck. May just have to try everything. Okay, so we've got a panel here. When we click it, nothing happens. We've got a panel on both sides. We've got these. We've got a key. This part seems like something you could zoom in, but you can't zoom in on that. Same thing as over here. We can't go and click on. If I got this right, after the Machinika, I should only have a huge red container left. I have never received such a kind of container. This type of material is usually reserved for sensitive packages. Oh, so maybe I could have clicked on something over here. But these are all of the crates and packages of all the other puzzles, so we are potentially at the second to last puzzle. Of course, that doesn't help me any. If there's just drag this all around the screen. We will drag this all around the screen. We will come over here. We'll drag this all over the screen. Drag this. Actually, let's see if there's something special about these pliers. And they just look like pliers. Interesting, pliers can't be duplicated. That doesn't make a lot of sense. A magnetic screwdriver. Oh. Okay. That was a bit of stupidity on my part, I guess. Oh, I guess whichever way you turn it. Got a pretty good spot. Just keep on. And that kind of works. I would need it to be bigger. You know what? I think it's actually 4 of some shape. Might be even 5 of some shape. Seems almost like I could grab the edges also. Five of some shape. Zoomed in really small. Let's see if we can see if maybe we're doing something wrong on the other piece. The easiest thing I think would probably be to start back this way. So, if we did that. Again, I think that's kind of just dumb luck on my part. Just fiddling with it more than logically doing anything. Big red button. Screw strange. Probably isn't the best move to do 2 screws in a row as far as entertainment value goes. Put that there. Do that. Okay. So looking for a full circle, not a hollow circle. There we go. What's funny is that symbol is a nuclear symbol. I guess the game is auto-saving every time make any progress. It still does nothing. That's still stuck. Go ahead and use the pliers on that. Radioactive bar. Supposed to duplicate radioactive bars. Imagine the game would not be so cruel as me clicking on it would kill me. Oh, that seems to do nothing. This is just that same puzzle before. Guess the real question here is, are we doing the exact same thing again? I guess we're just going around here. Guess that makes the most sense. There we go. Same puzzle would assume and imply it's the same technology. We're hearing a knocking sound. Wouldn't it be surprising if there was an alien in that area? So we just reboxed the previous items. And so the bizarre rock technology that didn't look anything like this technology instead works totally for this technology. That would imply to me that maybe multiple alien species were working together with different technologies. Can't put the radioactive bar back. I don't see a reason not to press the button, since we haven't been punished for pressing buttons so far. Wouldn't it be funny if this was just a giant toaster? Okay. So I assume what we're doing here is lining up things, because steam does make it kind of hard to see what we're supposed to be doing. Like you can see there's a little circle here. So if I was supposed to put the circles all in the same place, we're going to use the endoscope. Okay. That looks right. This one's wrong, though. Okay. I think we can figure that out. The thought that you would have magical rocks and just like nuclear and steam and all of that working together is a little hard to believe. Okay. What are we supposed to do? Just control the amount of... Okay. So this is reminiscent of a Myst puzzle in which you're having to move dials to get on the green, and they can only be on the far left or the far right. Now we've got some other steam or liquid. Right, and this is, pull it down. What am I supposed to be doing with the nuclear rod, though? Energy bar is damaged. Okay. So there was one spare. Now most of these are mini games. We can see. That's pretty obvious. So this is going to come down to trying to light everything up, I think. I don't know if I actually need to light everything up, or I only need to light up some of it. Well, I thought this was just kind of a standard blackout game, and I guess it kind of is. But it's only blackout as far as what you're looking at and what's connected to it. Which means the things at the end here don't matter as much. I don't think they matter as much. There we go. Did I really logically think out that solution, or did I just brute force push a bunch of buttons, though? This definitely feels like this is a more kid-friendly type puzzle game. It'd be kind of hard to get too stuck here. It is missing hints, it's missing voice acting, it's missing characters and things like that that I'd like to see, but as far as puzzle games go, this isn't crazy difficult or annoying. It's not giving you 20 different items that you might have to interact with. I think the only thing you might be able to criticize here is that the game might be fairly short. Nice, the engine works, but better to stop it for now. No need to set my workshop on fire. And so this would be, I guess, a thruster engine that would attach to the rest of a ship, which we're going to open the next crater. And it would be interesting if there was an alien then in there, but I suspect what is going to be in there is just going to be a alien ship, the rest of the alien ship. Although weirdly, we're not opening the big red box. Thought that's what it said was the last one. Of the 8 machines from this unusual expedition, this is one by far the most problematic, even dangerous. Its extraction brought us a number of problems, and the object's unpredictable nature caused a few wounds to Dr. Blank's face, along with his interns, who was in charge that afternoon. We were guessing that this machine's purpose is to act as a link between the blank and the blank. Thanks to its many cables, as a safety measure, the device has been unplugged and dismantled into separate pieces before being sent to Earth. Field team, blah blah blah, led by Colonel Schrute. Note, it is advised to not power it up again before putting it on the display in the museum, page 1 of 1. 1 of 2. Right, 14. We just have a crowbar. I think maybe they're getting a little simplistic here as far as just how you're supposed to open. Seeing that definitely makes me feel like we are approaching the end of the game. Another thing they will ask me to pay for. I guess this is supposed to be styrofoam, but it really doesn't look like it. And frankly, this looks more like a bomb than anything. Separate containers. Okay, so not right 14. R 10's value, 1's value. Okay, so are we trying to simulate what it looks like? That'd be my only guess. So that needs to be there. But doesn't that already look correct? Yeah. These are all in the right place. I'm seeing some numbers. Can't you read all the numbers? Let's see, 6 and a 9. Can we change any of this? Trying to tilt things, but it's not really letting me. There you go. 73. Let's try that. 7 3. E9. Let's try that. E9. 463. $46. I wouldn't be able to see all of this. I think I see maybe a trick here. 2 something 3. 2E3. 20E3. P 46. P 46. Got one. Found the machine part. Okay. So E98. Got 2. Why would you need a puzzle that would tell you, that would unlock multiple parts of this lock? F73. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. Sure, if they want to ship it back in pieces, that's fine, but if one person can figure out how to open one of these bins, unless it's just a strange fluke, they're going to be able to figure out how to open the rest of the bins. K. Can't quite read it. Come on. Shouldn't be this hard. Why is this number so boxy? Anyways, K09. Let's try it. Apparently these are all cables. 2 more. Two, 3. But it's all on the corners. Three, 23, or 22. C67, we can solve that one quickly. C67. And then 2 C, possibly C22, C02, C. The orange would normally be here. Let's see, I see a 2 on one side. I see a 2 on one side. Then I see an E. On this side. And really don't see anything there. If E is reflected, though, what does that mean? What am I not getting? Or is this one not like the others? Notice that even though we're collecting a lot of items, 4 of those are just the same thing over and over again. About 4 times over as far as cable connections. Is there a possibility of anything that looks like a 2? Yeah. Just doesn't make a lot of sense that anything would change here. Either be C02, C22, 2 way up there. What if we were to squeeze it in there? E92. That's a 3 though. E23. Let's try that. E32. Try that. E22. Definitely try that. Apparently it was G22. That's definitely an example of brute forcing it. That unlocks the final item. Why did this machine do to deserve to be dismantled? Let's get to it. Chapter 7. And I imagine these puzzles are just getting more and more difficult each chapter. And then... So, yeah, I don't think I'm going to get this done in 15 minutes and that'll be the end of the game. Might get this chapter done, but I don't think I'll get the entire game done. Machine shipped in separate pieces. They really do everything they can to make my life more miserable. Let's look at it. Alright. Okay. So, start with components. See symbol here. Which makes me think it goes here. But I guess maybe we have to find the one that's circled to start with. The cables themselves are being treated as their own separate thing. Right. Could probably just brute force. Try everything. It's one cable. Either this is a very small Wi-Fi antenna or it has something, there's something else to hang on it. Okay. I think we generally understand what's going on here now. Okay. Okay, so we need one with three holes. That lines up. The fact that these can be taken apart is a little surprising. That's not the right one, so that's got to be the right one. Again, this just feels like a different species technology once again. Just assembled something, which that is intriguing as far as the puzzle goes. Is it eyeballs looking at me? Yes, it is. Maybe some kind of targeting sensors. no idea what these symbols would be. Is there possibly a way here? This feels just like another screwdriver thing. Still can't move that. I think we have to start here. So this is some kind of screen from the looks of it. See if that. Nope. What I assumed here is that 4 black dots here, 3 black dots here, 2 black dots here matches. I think that's right. Though. Let's try 3 there. And then, well, that wouldn't work either. Oh, nope. It's simpler than that. We gotta put the screens on the ones we've already done. Probably also need to duplicate ones. Nope, we can't duplicate. Okay. Hmm. 422 wouldn't work. 423 would. 4, 3, 2. Ah. Okay. I would guess that means we are trying to make a shape that matches what we're seeing. Best as we can. See if that leads to anything. Semiconductor. Okay. So do we want the blue wires to connect all the way? I feel like I'm missing some tricks here. duplicate that. Not sure how you're supposed to pull this off, though. Interesting, I just lost the duplicate. Let's try this puzzle instead. This can only go so far. So we know which direction we're going to be looking at the puzzle at least. This is probably the way the puzzle is supposed to be solved. Looks right. There's no way to get back behind this puzzle. There's kind of mixed endings here as far as just trying to line things up. Is there any way that could be right? Just slightly misaligned here. Each of these are slightly off. Oh, come on, I'm so close. Gotta be something like this where you have to adjust the very last thing. That looks right. Why is that not? Yeah. Well, the good news is I at least kind of know what we're doing here. Okay, so that one locked in, at which point I can no longer close. This one didn't lock in. So this isn't quite right, is it? Okay. So we did a puzzle like this before, and I kind of thought that there would be more of a challenge to it, but there actually wasn't, because there was only one possible way I could have interpreted the puzzle. I thought maybe there was multiple ways to interpret the puzzle, but nope. I mean, each one of these is right. As far as I can tell, so the endoscope is the thing that's gonna help me here. Yeah. So we need it to be at 1. Then we need the next one to be lower. Okay. And so then we need the third. So we need it to be 1, 1, and then 3. Okay. That would be 2. That would be 1. Got it. Again, more by brute force than anything else. So is that correct? Is that correct? Yeah. So this symbol is the helmet. Let's go back. This symbol may not be something we've seen yet. And this symbol may not be something we've seen yet. But to me, it does look like these eyeballs are tracking eyeballs, looking for other objects to connect to. But yeah, maybe this is the end of the game, is that we just end up connecting to everything. Okay. Can we click on or interact with anything else? Both red and blue connect to this spot, and both red and blue connect to this spot. So maybe the move is that we need red and blue to make sure they are all connected. red. I wonder how many copies one could really make with the duplicating machine. Wouldn't be surprised if you could go up to 9 and then it just kind of stops you at that point. So red now coming up here, going up here, connecting here and connecting to that. Blue now coming down here, going up here, connecting to that, but we would need that. So I needed both paths to be correct. That's the right piece. That's not right. That's right. And that's right. That's not right. That's not right. That's right. That's the right top. There we go. Now it's just reaching outward and taking power. Sucking electricity, I guess, out of the light switch. What just happened? Okay, no need to freak out yet. All I need to do is somehow get the lights back on. Oh. So much for that. It is interesting that there's something going to happen here. Okay, on. Just flip all of these circuits on. Wait, no, on, off, on, off. On, off, on, off. Sorry, I'm sitting here being quiet. On, off, on, off. This thing is dangerous. There's no way we can display this in the museum as is. Have to find a way to disable it. That's really all I had to do. This thing is just attached to the table by the looks of it. Hey, no need to be so aggressive. So we can't do anything to the cables. Can't click this off. See, I can't like zoom out to get to the other devices though. So you come over here, you click this. Come over here and you click this. Can't spin the dial. You can change the shape, but you can't do anything else with it. Maybe the whole move here is to do that. Just fully disconnect it. Okay. So you are having to do more of a timed puzzle there than we've seen in any of the other puzzles. Everything else you've been able to move at whatever pace you wished to move at. Finally, it's calmed down. I still don't know what it's made for. I'd rather set it aside for now, but I'll look at it again later, at a later time. Okay, well, we went a little long here, and I definitely thought that... Interesting. Back to menu does not work. I bet you have to go next chapter, then go back to menu. Yep. Progress will be saved. So it does seem to me like next episode will be our last episode. There's a small chance here that there is more, but not really buying it. Like, yeah, there's one puzzle here and one chapter here, but yeah, there's not too much of the game left, which is fine. Like, depending on how much money they charge you to play this game, a 5-hour experience is nice and sweet for these kinds of puzzle games, because clearly you're not going to go into major depth or a major repetitive gameplay loop of grinding. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and keep on watching. Thanks.